On the coast of China is a city called Hong Kong. On the south of Hong Kong is an even smaller island called Lantau Island. Zooming in further, between Lantau Island is an even tinier island called Chakochao. But you're definitely wondering, why you go here? Ever since my family moved into this new house, I saw an island from the roof. I searched up its name and saw no close-up pictures of the island except these. It was waiting for discovery, and I knew exactly who to call on the mission.
No.
We chose to use a kayak that I borrowed from the Kiwi homie Reese. Thank you, Reese. And here we are setting off onto our mission. We had to cover a total of 4.5 kilometers of ocean and was pretty easy as the choppy waves and current was pushing us out towards the island. And after only 50 minutes...
Where are we gonna sleep, man? It's just grass and rock.
We were determined to get to the island as soon as possible to be an island boy. You could probably walk from one end to the other in 2 minutes.
That is beautiful, like this.
It is. I would actually do this again. I take it back. Don't listen to him because I would never do this again. Later on in this video, you'll see why I will never do this again.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking hell! We made it!
While looking back at this is probably the most ugliest fucking island I've ever seen. It's filled with rocks, but at the time I thought it was the most unbelievable, beautiful island I've ever seen in my life.
It's beautiful. It feels like I'm on a different country. Later on, we're gonna go on a hunt on this whole area, see what we can find to survive, because we don't have food, remember that. I don't know, we'll see. We need to find shit to stay alive. How about this? There's two sides, right? Left and right. We choose a side. Which side do you want to choose, left or right?
I choose the middle. Go this way.
You want to go left?
Yeah.
Okay, Raj is going left, and then I'll go to the right side.
Oh my god. This is so fucking sharp.
We could actually set up a sleeping bag in there if it gets very cold. What is that? We got wood. We can make fire. We got more wood. So we need to make a fire tonight for sure. The wood's quite wet. Like my foot. Nice.
So I started stacking up pieces of wood, as later on we need to build a shelter as well as a fire because temperatures get down all the way below 10 degrees.
Unexplored path. We can find the top of this mountain and maybe sleep up there. Oh, there's Raj. Raj!
So this is gonna be rough.
Yes, it was as rough as wanking with sandpaper, but we eventually got through it.
You're like Mowgli.
We climbed up towards the top of the mountain, which is about 30 meters high, so that we could overlook the whole island and scout for any possible sleeping spots or new material or discoveries in general. It's quite amazing how small this island really is. It's 115 meters, which is about the size of a soccer field, or 165 skateboards in length. Yeah, I just knew that off the top of my head. Anyways, no one cares about the facts. Right now it's 3:30 and the sun is already starting to go down. We had to collect food, firewood, and material to build a structure before sunset. Me and Raj split roles. He collected the firewood while I was trying to catch fish or anything else that I could find to eat.
We're gonna build the White House. So Raj is gonna go get some wood. I'm gonna be trying to find some stuff to cook. There's a lot of mussels and clams. I might just bash up their shells, take some clams out, chuck the meat on the floor, wait for crabs to come around, and then when they come around, knock them out and then eat them. Raw. No. Cook them, of course. Let's go. The crab is right. It ran away. These little things right here, that needs to open up and we can get some juice to use as bait. Or chip the whole thing. Ooh. You scared me. Fortunately, we didn't catch anything, but we have a second plan. So we got a piece of string coming down and then a piece of bait. The bait is the mussels, and I'm just gonna throw it out, and then when I see the ball go down all the way, that's when I know there's fish on it.
Ooh.
No surprise I caught nothing, but I had no time to waste. Me and Raj had to get straight to building a shelter before sunset.
So that is a rock. However, it's coming up high. You gotta make sure that that water doesn't come up. Raj says that it won't. That's a max.
Raj, that was bullshit. You'll see later in this video why that was complete cap, because the water definitely came up higher.
Raj is getting a lot of these, and we're gonna fill them up in the holes like that, and it should block out most of the wind.
So we used pieces of wood to build a grid-like structure that outlines the opening of the rock. And as I said, we're filling it with leaves because at night it gets really cold and the water could come up and splash against the walls. So we need that as protection. Alright, back to the map. It was getting super cold. So me and Raj once again split up to go and collect some resources to build a fire quick.
Holy shit, I just saw a huge oh! I found what looks like a bird's nest or some kind of bundle of sticks. I hope it's a bundle of sticks. Jackpot, look. This is perfect.
Now here's how we made the fire. I cut through the middle of a thick log as the inside is usually dry. Then I shaved and chipped off a whole bunch of wood to create a fire starter. This wood right here is like paper, so there's no way it won't catch on fire. Then we took the wet logs and stacked them on top of each other to form a tent. So as a small fire starts up, the big wet logs will dry out and then create a bigger fire once the logs are dry.
Is my shoe on fire?
No.
Oh my god!
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Being 100% honest, we actually ate some food. It was a bag of peanuts that I had at the bottom of my bag, but it felt like the best meal I've ever had in my life.
We have this to protect the water from splashing. 8:15. There's barely any water here. In fact, there's no water at all.
No water.
See y'all in the morning.
See you. Yo, it would be nice, like, maybe next time if you come here, if the road is still here, maybe you can create a bed, like, sticking here.
Bro, the water's touching. I'm probably having one of the worst times of my life right now, I can't lie. The water's creeping in, and it's getting really cold, so we're not gonna be able to sleep. Look at that. We're on such a small island, so we can't really move up or move at too many places because that's pretty much the end right there. And it's only 10 o'clock. We have 7 more
hours of this, and it got way worse at night. I wasn't even thinking about picking up the camera. It got way colder, the waves got way stronger, and our clothes were all damp. But eventually at about 4 a.m. the waves cooled down. Anyways, here is a fast forward to 6 a.m.
Okay, it is 6:30 a.m. Last night, in my opinion, was one of the worst times of my life. I felt like I was about to pass away, and I was just thinking about survival. I wasn't thinking about getting the camera out and recording. We were at the rock there. There was the loudest waves crashing and splashing all over the doors, and eventually the water got to us.
Until you slept.
Yeah, I actually fell asleep while the waves were crashing in, but luckily the waves died down, and now we're facing another problem, which is the wind.
At that time I thought things couldn't get worse, but bad moments just kept piling and piling on top of each other. I remember me and Raj were saying that the moment the sun comes up we're leaving, because it was terribly cold and we couldn't bear it any longer. However, at 7 a.m. we weren't able to leave the island because of this. The waves were way too strong, they were clashing against the island, and we decided to wait another hour or so. However, 8 a.m. came by, it didn't die down. 8:30 came by and it didn't die down, so me and Raj said screw it, we're just gonna try and see what happens. We took off, and for about 10 minutes we were kayaking, trying to fight the wind, fight the waves, and we turned back and we've barely moved 20 meters. And that's when I said, there's no way we can make this, we have to turn back. So we turned back. We waited another hour or so till about 9:30. Freezing cold, I was shivering. You can see this video here of me shivering, and it's moments like this which makes me realize that I take a lot for granted, because I've never been in a situation like this where I'm so uncomfortable but I can't escape. You feel trapped. But an hour came by, 9:30, me and Raj tried once again because the waves did die down, as we thought. We kayaked back out. As we were making it further and further away from the island, the waves kicked in once again, and we were a good 80 meters to 100 meters out from the island. And this is where it got scary. It started to spin our boat a little bit, and this is where we knew, shit, we are screwed. We are screwed. Here's a tiny island. And then here is the gigantic ocean of Hong Kong, which if you get pushed out towards, you're in huge danger. There are big cargo ships, there are humongous waves out here, and you could be in deep shit if you fall back there. So I told Raj, we gotta go. Raj kept getting cramps because we didn't eat much and he didn't sleep at all throughout the whole night. And for some split moments he couldn't kayak and I had to control the boat because he was cramping up really bad. Luckily for us, I didn't have any issues with cramps, because if we were both exhausted and having cramps throughout this, we don't know if I'll be here right now. But we took control of the boat and we kayaked all the way back to shore. We don't have any energy. We don't have any energy to kayak. We are freezing cold, the waves aren't dying down, and we found out another issue. In the kayak there is a hole where the fishing rods are supposed to go in, but that hole has been taken out, so water keeps flowing inside the boat and making our boat heavier the moment we set off out into the water. And both times when we rode back and forth, there was an enormous amount of water that got filled into the boat. We said we can't kayak because if we are kayaking out and we realize that there's too much water flowing in, we can't kayak back or go forward because the boat will just sink. Gone. So that's when we realized we can't survive. We literally can't move. What are we gonna do? Build a raft and float back on pieces of wood and styrofoam? No, we can't do. It was the worst time ever, so we had to call the Marine Police. They came, they saved us, and yeah, that's how we're here today.
Just when I thought things would be better, me and Roger stuck on an island, and it's not even funny at all. Police are here. Die hard. Never again.
Because of that, you're still gonna get videos every Sunday. I hope you enjoy this one and have a good day.